Hi, I am Shashank and welcome to my channel. Today in this video we are going to learn about loops, while loops and for loops and syntaxes of while loops and syntaxes of for loops and how these loops works and what we use these loops. I am going to explain these concepts with some examples. So let's dive into the video. Loops. First of all, let's understand what are loops? Loops allows us to execute a block of code several times. For example, if we want to execute hello world two times, hello and print hello two times. So we need to write print two times. So if we want to print three times, so we need to write print three times to print hello. Let's see. So hello has been printed three times. So to minimize the code and to easily loop through the use loops to execute these things several times. And we are going to learn both the loops that we use like while loops and for loops. So now let's learn about while loop. While loop is used to execute a block of code several times as long as the condition is true. Let's see the syntax for while loops. While condition, and this is here we write the block of code, the function. Let's see an example to demonstrate the while loop. Write a code to print the next three consecutive number of given integer input. Input is 1, output is 2, 3, 4. Coming to while loop, previously we have printed hello three times using print. So let's print hello three times using while statement. So yes is equal to hello. Mhm. We need to take count is equal to 0. Then while count less than 3, while count less than 3, print yes, and count needs to be incremented. COUNT 1. Here let's understand this. Let's run the code and see if it is working. See, it's working. Let's understand the code. So here I have given the input myself, s is equal to hello, and the count is initialized to 0. While this while statement, the block of code in the while statement will be executed. So while count is this everything between the the block of code in the while statement will be executed until the condition is false. Here, let's see, the count is equal to 0. So 0 is less than 3, true, and print will be executed and count will be initialized to 1. And next the count is 1. Count is 1 is less than 3. So print of yes is hello is executed and count is initialized to 2 and 2 is less than 3. So it once again prints the hello statement and count will be increased to 3. 3 is not less than 3. 3 is equal to 3. So the condition will exit from the while loop. That's how the while statement works. And here we have an example. Write a code to print the next three consecutive number of given integer input. Input is 1 and output is 2, 3, 4. Here, let's see. Let's take the input from the user. N is equal to int of input and C will be 0 while C less than 3. In the question they asked for a three consecutive numbers. So we will be starting from 0 to 2. Here while s is equal to s plus 1, and one the input will be increased to 1. S is equal to s plus 1. Then print s, and count will be increased to 1. Let's run this. Give the input 1. Sorry, here we need to take n 1. Okay, we need to give input 1. See, the next three consecutive numbers has been printed, like 2, 3, 4. And here another input 10. We need to take input 10 and output should be 11, 12, 13. Let's see. Let's run this once again and give input 10. See, the output is 11, 12, 13. This is how while loop works. So, so basic pattern of while loop is first we need to initialize something, like taking an count variable and initialize it to 1, 0, or anything. So while and condition and block of code, and next would be updating the initialized variable. So let's take another example. Write a pattern to print stars in n rows and n columns where integer n is given as input. So here output should be like this: four columns, four rows. Rows is like this: one row, second row, third row, and fourth row. And columns are one, first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. We need to print this pattern. So to do this, we need to take input from the user. S is equal to int of input. Next, count is initialized to 0, while count is less than yes, print star. So here we also have spaces. So we need to give space here, space into yes. So let's run this 4. So we forgot to give the initialization updation. So will be updated to 1. Give 4. See, the pattern has been printed. Here we have taken the input from the user and initialization, just like here initialization before the while loop, and next c is less than yes, that's true. 0 is less than, if we give input for 4, and print star into yes. Yes is 4, so star will be printed 4 times in the column with a space, and c will be updated to 1. So that's how while loop works in the patterns. So let's go to for loops. So for loop, first statements iterates over each item of sequence, like sequence of characters, and the characters will be divided into 0. The indexing, it gives the indexing from 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. So here the syntax of for loop is for, and we need to give like I, J, K here in sequence, and the here we give the block of code. Let's understand with an example. What is equal to Python? For each item in Python, print each item, and each item would be like the index of Python. Here Python p index is 0, y index is 1, t index is 2, h index is 3, o index is 4, n index is 5. So it will be printed p y t h o n. So iterates over numbers. We have seen how we iterate over the strings. Let's see how we iterate over the numbers. To generate a sequence of numbers, we use range of n. So which stops before n, and n will be not included. Generates a sequence of integers starting from 0 to n minus 1, because n is not included, and the range of 5 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. It will be till 4 only. So let's write a program to print right angle uh, triangular pattern where integer n is given as input. So input is 4 and we need to print this pattern. Let's understand the pattern. In the first, there is 4 rows and 4 columns. First row, second row, third row, and fourth row. And first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. In the first row, we have 1 star. In the second row, we have 2 stars. In the third row, we have 3 stars. In the fourth row, we have 4 stars. As the rows are increasing, stars also increasing. So we need to find the pattern. We need to find the logic in the pattern. So let's try this using the for loop. So let's take input from the user, int of input. So for I in range of n. As we need, we can start from 1 and end at n plus 1. So print star space into I. As the rows increasing, stars also increasing. So we need to multiply star with rows. The first I will be 1, so star will be 1. Let's see. Let's run this and see. Q 4. Sorry, here, yes, 4. See, first row we have 1, second row we have 3 stars, third row we have 3 stars, first row we have 1 star, second row we have 2 stars, third row we have 3 stars, and fourth row we have 4 stars. That's how we use for statements to print the patterns. So, so this is all about today, about while loops and for loops, and we have learned how to use while loops and for loops with examples also. I hope this video is informative and useful to you. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.